We're just our rawest and realest selves. And one thing we asked of the fellows before they came and throughout their week was to bring their full selves, to not leave anything behind, to not hide anything, to not mask anything, but to bring their full selves, to be fully who they were, and let other people discover it, and let other people make room for it, and then let other people decide, and I believe that they did, that their world, their hearts, their minds were bigger and more whole because they did so. A little bit about our week. We had 21 fellows and 10 staff. It's a pretty significant number of staff, and the reason we do that is because we call them staff mentors. And so raise your hand if you're a staff mentor, just so they identify kind of like the cohort in the community here. Yeah. These staff are former or current graduate theological students in the area, and they're incredible, and they helped form this space, and they're learning about how to do interfaith, interrace, intercultural engagement. And so this isn't a space where anybody knows more than somebody else, but we're learning together. And I think that you will see that tonight in the ways that you will see how staff and fellows have collaborated with one another and community to create what you're about to experience. A little bit of a snapshot or a window into our week. From workshops on race and privilege to gender and spirituality to interfaith reflective structured dialogue. Yes, your youth did reflective structured dialogue, aka workshops that cost $200 per person typically in Cambridge, and they were amazing at it and they loved it. We went to site visits, we went to a Sikh Sangat, we went to a mosque and to a Shabbat service and a meal. We got to team up with a group of teen organizers in Roxbury and hear about their experience of doing community organizing grassroots in their community over the summer. We got to go on a peace walk. They're gonna make me cry. And we had conversation every night. And we had conversation every morning, and we did case studies, and we did meditation, and we had people who were praying in their own ways, and we got to witness it. And we had people speaking from the heart about what it looks like to be who they are and look who they are and speak how they are and what that means for their journey on earth. And we held it. And the best part of our community is right here. These are our community agreements, our community commitments. And we did this the first day, thanks to Matt. This is a covenant of sort, a commitment that we agreed upon, that we checked in throughout our week. It's a sort of way of being that we decided to step into. Some things were new, some things people just wanted to continue doing, some things were about what we wanted to stop or leave behind in order to be more fully in the space with one another and to make sure that others could be their full selves as well. If you get an opportunity, I'd really encourage you to come look at this before you leave. It's not typical for a group of people to be so intentional that before they gather and live life together and collaborate and do teamwork and have hard dialogue and learn participant observation, to actually think about not just what they're putting in and putting out, but to think about what's going on the inside and how their way of being is actually shaping the entire space. So we learned a lot about that. And I want to tell you,
we love you, Shelton.
Love you.
that each young person here, and Amin, who couldn't be here tonight, upheld these, not perfectly, because nobody does that, let's be honest, but wholeheartedly, and took them seriously, and took each other seriously as they created them, And as they gave each other feedback when they weren't living up to them, who does that? And how much do we need that? Right? They've changed my life for sure, and for me and the way that I experience God, I can tell you that I've experienced God more fully and more deeply through these young people who I believe are made in his or her, its image. So for me and my journey, I want to say thank you, because my life has been changed by each individual, by conversations, by late night talks, sometimes till 3 in the morning. By the way that I witnessed and watched and got to see how you grappled with yourselves and chose growth, and the way that you supported me. My grandfather actually passed away during IFYI fellowship, and my grandfather would have loved this space. And it didn't exist for him 50 years ago, 60 years ago. But I'm thankful that it exists for me, and I'm thankful that it exists for you, and I'm thankful that we get to give you and include you in our circle, in our community tonight.
The heat.